Welcome to this explainer. When you look at Earth from space, it's just this brilliant blue marble, right? Covered mostly by water. But today, we're diving into one specific body of water that completely defies human comprehension. We're going to journey through the mind-boggling scale, the hidden secrets, and the frankly terrifying dangers of the Pacific Ocean.
To kick things off, let's challenge how we actually perceive this planet we call home. What single thing is larger than all of Earth's land masses combined? The answer is right in front of us. It's the Pacific Ocean.
Section 1. Unimaginable vastness.
And when we say vast, we mean it. The Pacific Ocean covers an astonishing 170 million square kilometers. That is literally almost half of the entire Earth's total water surface, all in one place.
To really put that into perspective for you, if you were to somehow combine every single continent on Earth, all 7 of them, the Pacific would swallow all of that land whole, and it would still leave you with 20 million square kilometers of open water. It's just a massive scale.
Stretching 20,000 kilometers at its widest point, all the way from Indonesia to Colombia. To visualize that, you could comfortably fit 5 of our moons, side by side, right across its surface. No problem at all.
Moving on to Section 2, Story Behind the Name.
Now, humans have boldly navigated these waters for a very long time, about 45,000 years actually. We're talking everything from early migrations to Australia to these massive Taiwanese trade routes. But it was in 1521 that Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan made a truly defining journey. After barely surviving a brutal, storm-ravaged strait down in South America, Magellan finally sailed into these incredibly calm, gentle waters. He was so relieved that he named it Mar Pacifico, which translates to the Peaceful Sea.
But, well, that raises a pretty major question, doesn't it? Is this absolute giant of an ocean truly as peaceful as its name suggests? Spoiler alert, not exactly.
Which brings us to Section 3, Depths and Cradle of Destruction. Far from just a flat, boring seabed, the Pacific actually hides the top 5 deepest points on Earth. The most famous, the Mariana Trench, plunges over 11,000 meters down into absolute crushing darkness. Think about it like this. If you took Mount Everest, the tallest mountain on the planet, and dropped it straight down into the Mariana Trench, its peak wouldn't even poke out. It would still be completely submerged under 3 solid kilometers of water. That is just wild to think about. And adding to all that hidden danger is the infamous Ring of Fire. This is a massive 4,000-kilometer horseshoe-shaped tectonic belt that contains 75% of Earth's active volcanoes. It's also responsible for triggering 90% of all global earthquakes. So, peaceful? Definitely not.
Now, here is a really fascinating consequence of all that violent tectonic activity. Because the plates are constantly shifting, this colossal ocean is actually shrinking by about an inch, or 2.5 centimeters, every single year.
Let's shift gears a bit. Section 4, Islands and Biodiversity.
Despite the chaos below, the Pacific is home to over 25,000 islands. That is way more than any other ocean out there. They're divided into 3 major regions: Micronesia, Melanesia, and Polynesia. It's just this incredible sprawling network of unique habitats.
Biologically and economically, this ocean is an absolute powerhouse. It harbors everything from tiny coral creatures to deep-sea giant squids. And get this, it provides a staggering 70% of the entire world's marine fish catch. The rest of the world combined only brings in 30%.
But all of this wonder brings us to Section 5, a tragic consequence.
Scientists have sounded the alarm on 3 major, cascading threats, all driven by human activity. First, acidification is literally melting the shells of marine animals. Second, warming waters are causing massive coral bleaching, killing off ecosystems like the Great Barrier Reef. And third, melting ice is causing aggressively rising sea levels.
That sea level rise is particularly terrifying. In some areas of the Pacific, the water is rising at twice the global normal rate. This is an immediate threat that could permanently erase entire island nations and sink coastal populations right off the map. As we wrap up this explainer, we really need to look at the big picture. The Pacific Ocean regulates our climate, it provides our food, and it helps generate the oxygen we breathe. This giant is losing its glory. So, if saving this ocean ultimately means saving human civilization, the final question we have to ask ourselves is this: will we step up and save it in time?